start those engines, get on your Corleys, pack your saddlebags, and let's ride into this month's episode of Club Flashpoint. My name's Dale Flashpoint. I got a co-host named Faden Cross.
Hello.
And we're going to do something a little unconventional. We're going to jump right into questions here. We got one question from Buck Mulligan this month, begging to know, is Uncle going to join yet again?
No, Uncle will not be here, unfortunately. But I am Uncle's brother, Uncle, and I will be here. So
Perfect.
There
And
you go.
You
They're
look
twins.
the same, but yeah, exactly.
Welcome. Welcome to another month. The three of us
thank you.
again.
Yes. Thank you guys for having me back. This is a very fun game.
You really did a turnaround quick. I think you texted me Thursday night, can I be on the game club again? And I said, yeah, you just got. You can be on it now. Play Full Throttle.
I just did not think there was any chance I was going to have time, and then I realized that the my spring break actually started a little bit earlier than I first thought it did. And I thought,
yeah.
you know what, Full Throttle's a short game. Well, you communicated to me
Yeah.
just how short it was.
Very
and I thought,
short.
hell yeah, I can do that.
My German teacher friend, she gets 3 weeks off for Easter.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's-
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's enviable.
Oh, yeah. And she said me and my husband are going to use it to prep for our classes coming up afterwards. But, you know.
Yeah. Sounds about German.
Yes.
Knowing my German students who are visiting from there.
Her
yes.
husband is the most northern German motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Great guy. Loves heavy metal and the Green Bay Packers.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
But I have a question for you, Uncle.
Yeah.
We like to play other games, too, generally.
Yes.
Generally, we like to play other games.
Yes.
What game have you been playing this month outside of Full Throttle?
So, on a recommendation from a dear friend of mine, and actually purchased for me by my real brother.
Real brother?
Yeah, my real brother, not the imaginary one I came up with in my insane introduction. Pentiment.
Ich hatte einst ein schönes Waldenland. Der Eichenbaum wuchs dort so hoch. Die Veilchen nickten sanft, sanft. Es war ein
I'm playing Pentiment.
Hell yeah.
By Obsidian Game Studios.
Yep.
Another classic favorite. Kind of thematic and lines up a little bit with this one, being a point and clicky style game.
Yeah, it's very similar
Uh,
adventure game
Just,
style.
just newer, fresher. better in every way.
Yeah, it's hard because
Except for maybe voice acting.
Well, yeah, Pentiment has none.
Having none. But yeah, I'm having a really good time with it. I basically just started. I can only give you my impression that it is a very good Obsidian game. So if you like Obsidian RPGs where you make a character with all kinds of different origins and that has effects on things, and the choices you make have effects on things.
I feel like this is like the ultimate culmination of how can we push different narrative options with our characters. Because every Andreas is basically a different character.
Yeah.
What's your Andreas
Build
like?
your own Andreas.
Yes, my Andreas, the character you play as in this game, is all your Andreases
Right.
are
Andrei.
Andrea, yes.
Andreses?
Androses.
They're long hair, beautiful boys.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah.
And they are illuminators. They are artists from.
It's like 1500s Bavaria.
Yes, you are a almost a master artist, and everybody starts there. But then through a series of conversations you have early in the game, you get to choose what your background is beyond that. Because Andreas has been out doing things other than being an artist, apparently, which sets up, I think, quite a bit of the game. But you get to decide what that doing about he was doing. So I've chosen for my Andreas to be a book-obsessed boy, because this is a time when books were starting to flourish.
Yep.
And so he would be one of the first, like, the equivalent of today's, like, tech nerds. Like, this is...
God. No, no.
Yeah, this is a chance to learn all kinds of insane things. This is a Wikipedia exploring Andreas.
The bleeding edge.
Yes.
Andreas would hit random article on Wikipedia. Oh my
Yes.
God, I'm so Star Wars brain. On Wikipedia.
Yes. And of course, I need to look into the most esoteric subjects. So I need to look into theology,
Right.
Because that's where the most interesting discussions are, philosophy and the spiritual world. So those are kind of my focuses for my character. And I spent some time in Italy, because I think that's going to have, with the Greek influences that apparently come with that background, in particular, I think my character is going to have more interesting persuasion things to say, because that's another choice I made for my character, to be focused on rhetoric.
Yeah.
So I am ready.
Debate me, Andreas.
I am ready to debate and talk about all the subjects that are most dangerous for a person to talk about in this time period.
A poli-sci liberal arts major, if you will.
Yeah, some kind of hideous abomination who looks nothing like Uncle and speaks nothing like Uncle, interested in none of the subjects Uncle's interested in.
At all. No.
At all.
At all, no.
Yeah, so this will be a very difficult role-playing experience, but I'm ready to forge ahead. But no, I'm very excited. That's basically the extent of the game I've played so far.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, audience. That's all I've done so far.
Any character that has stood out for you?
Yes, this very early noble guy that you meet. I cannot wait for further conversations.
The Baron.
The Baron,
Yep.
yes. I like him. I like the...
I love Pietro, the teacher, your teacher for the
Yes.
the master artist at the scriptorium.
Absolutely, big fan. I've loved when you first walk into the church and there's just that guy singing, just belting. And you meet him and he's very sweet, and your conversation is basically, I hope you have a good day singing. He says, I hope you have a good day painting. And beautiful. I loved it.
The thing is,
I don't even know his name.
The thing is, I just like, as someone who has beaten the game,
Yeah.
you don't even know. That's like, you don't even know
Hell
about
yeah.
any of these people, and that's the wild part. You start learning their inner lives and who they are. And one of my favorite things about Pentiment is they actually have a works cited list. They have a bibliography for their references and historical information.
I love
More
this.
games should do this.
Yes.
More games should be like, this is our inspirations, this is our research, this is what we pulled from. Here's the pictures we took for like site shots.
And it is such a beautiful game. Audience, if you have no idea what the heck we're talking about with Pentiment, I just look it up. Look up a picture of this game's gameplay, and if that at all interests you, I think you're going to be really surprised and impressed.
Right, yeah. If you love the illuminated manuscript style, it is just oozing with style. I love it.
Yes, it is thematic to the bone. The music, the sound, the text. It's beautiful.
The text.
The text.
Yeah, I'm now thinking about
How
late
many
game
games
stuff.
do you brag about the text quality? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fonts
I mean,
in this
The
game
fonts
rock.
out of this world.
I mean, skip ahead of 30 minutes and you might hear me talking about
Yeah.
fonts.
Yeah. But there you go. That's the game I've been playing, other than Total War Warhammer, which is the only other game I can't stop playing. That's more of an addiction than a game I play.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
there you go.
I get that. Dale, what game have you been playing this month outside of cranking those throttles?
That would be Hell Captain Dale to you, as I have enlisted in Super Earth's Helldivers. I have been delivering managed democracy across the galaxy, spreading peace far and wide in the name of those who have fallen before me. Let it be known that the grip of liberty will not be loosened on the planets that are controlled by Terminids or automatons. We will kill them, we will destroy them, and we will free these planets for Super Earth, for democracy.
Is it like a bigger Earth in Helldivers 2? Is that like why it's called Super Earth? Oh, okay.
It's like
That's just the name of the
just better.
government.
it's the name of the government,
Uber
exactly.
Earth.
Uber
There are
Earth.
these
Oh,
mega
weird.
cities. They released a map on the Discord showing like these different mega cities and population zones and where has been depleted by the Terminid and Automaton wars, where it's no longer safe to go to. And it's a very good sequel, Helldivers 2, a follow-up by Arrowhead Studios to their first game, Helldivers 1, which
Was it called Helldivers 1?
is just Helldivers.
Big number
okay.
one, right?
Helldivers.
Right on the front cover.
Very
That would
good.
be cool. More games need to do that. More games need to have the confidence to be
One.
like, we're making a sequel.
We're gonna do a
This
sequel.
is one.
Usually, when you put one in the name, it's like the 10th game in the series.
True,
And this
true.
is just, you're really making a name.
Or the 7th Xbox or
Battlefield
whatever.
1. I'm looking at you. Like, yeah.
Xbox One.
Sorry.
So, Helldivers 1, twin stick shooter, one of the greatest, one of a very fun. Listen to me. I came prepared. I listed a bunch of twin stick shooters in my mind. Robotron 64 is a real twin stick shooter. Wizard of Legend is a real
But
real
is
twin stick
Helldivers?
shooter.
Helldivers? That's all I'm asking.
Helldivers 1 is
Okay,
a
okay,
real
because 2
twin
isn't.
stick shooter. 2 is not. 2 is a third person 3D follow up. The first one's 3D, but like from an isometric
Yeah, top down.
top down twin stick.
Right, no, that
One to
that
move,
makes
one to
sense.
aim.
You're right. You're right.
And this follow-up takes place in the same universe, the same kind of thematic, what do you call it, total fascism.
Starship
space-
Troopers?
Starship Troopers, exactly. The clear inspiration
The
is
movie,
there,
not the book.
which is hilarious because there's a Starship Troopers game that also just released. They've got to feel awful because I don't think they're doing it
Oh, I didn't even
Helldivers
know.
Who knew?
Exactly,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they're probably feeling bad.
Same style game just came out, but no, Helldivers 2 is currently in the spotlight, and for good reason. It's a live service game. There's
Updates.
there's live updates being controlled by like this. There's a story director who's fighting the players, so to say, with these different invasions. They'll pick planets to issue orders. Hey, you got to go defend this planet, Malevolent Creek, which the players are calling Space Vietnam because it's like
God
a
damn it.
jungle, and
Yeah.
you fight in these entrenched warfare zones. It's
and you are the
crazy.
fascists.
And we are the fascists, yeah. We
Just
are.
like in Vietnam, we're
Absolutely, yeah. We're going somewhere we don't belong and interrupting because we want that. That's ours. We want this planet. It's ours now. It's Super Earth's.
Less of an allegory, more of a reboot.
More of a This new Vietnam remake sucks.
Pretty shitty. Well, the game is firing on all cylinders for me. It's got really good gameplay loop of go into the map, select where you want to drop your hell pod into. You get to
Hell
pick-
pod?
Hell pod. Yeah, you drop in a little like single person space bullet.
But they call it a hell pod.
They call it a hell pod.
I love
Hell
fascists.
yeah,
Step into the hell pod, hell diver.
I would like to know more.
It's so much fun. You should look into the first game just because I don't know. Your computer seems like it would struggle with
Yeah,
maybe this one's...
I already knew I was not going to be able to run Helldivers 2 when I first saw it.
We just need to like finagle a PC upgrade for you sometime.
Once I win the lottery, guys, don't worry.
Yeah.
I just gotta keep playing my numbers.
Yeah.
It's got a good
That's something
repetition.
an uncle would say.
Unlocking video games.
That is something an uncle would say. Oh, and congratulations for officially attaining the title.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Uncle, real uncle.
Real life uncle is uncle now.
Yeah.
Sorry, nice.
Yeah.
But it's got a really good repetition loop where you go to a planet, you do missions, you can choose to just rush the mission and get the mission reward, or if you spend a little time exploring, there's these little pockets of unknown discovery where you'll find maybe a shipping container that's been abandoned, and hey, look, it's got some super credits, which is the every game's got a premium currency now where you can spend real life money to buy cosmetics, right?
Yeah.
Well, this game feeds you little nuggets of that at a time if you just go explore the map on the mission, which I think is kind of a cool thing to do.
Yeah. It's it's still like rough because this sort of live
This is what
service.
video games have
This is
become.
what video games have become, and it's depressing.
Still technically bait for gambling addicts.
Yep. We're just waiting for that whale to fund us a bit.
Yeah.
There, as far as I have encountered, there's no rolling for anything. There's no loot boxes.
That's
there's
at least good.
That's nice.
It's just a cosmetic store that rotates every 3 days.
Okay.
Where you can buy a new helmet or a new suit of armor.
Yeah, no gameplay thing even.
Remember when Bethesda got
Minor
roasted for
gameplay
horse armor? That's all I can ever think
And then
of
I think about
when I think about pay forward cosmetics.
Then it's like Fortnite's like, here's 3 skins for
But I'm old,
$20,
so
$20.
as opposed to horse armor for Oblivion for $5.
Yeah.
I think they've got the best battle pass that I've seen in that you can buy it and then it doesn't expire. Just unlock the ship from the battle pass at your
That's
own
actually
pace.
not bad.
Yep.
That's actually the most surprising thing I've ever heard.
If you join the game after a battle pass has come out, you can go back and buy previous battle passes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
No game does that.
I
don't think I've heard of a single game that does
a
that.
refreshing take on live service. It totally respects the player's time, which
Well,
I think is nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
As much as a video
better-
game can
it better
respect
respects
the
the
player's
player's
time.
yeah, as much as a live service game can respect anyone's time,
Sure.
when it's trying to be the only thing that's played.
Yeah.
True.
But it sounds like it's fun. Like I hear the chaos of team kills. Is that like a...
Oh my god, total friendly fire. It's you can so all of the orbital things that you call in, including support
boy.
weapons. Support weapons launch in hell pods. They'll stick into the ground and then boom, up pops this little supply pack which will have a machine gun in it or a flamethrower or whatever weapon you have picked before the mission. Those hell pods will kill you if you're standing underneath them.
Well,
Makes
this
sense.
is incredibly accurate to fascist warfare.
Of course.
Yeah.
All of the
Friendly
airstrikes,
fire everywhere.
danger close. Yeah, all of
Yep.
the airstrikes from orbital bombardments and the
Setting your friends on fire.
I do that a lot. I love the flamethrower. It's so much fun. And listen, you can just dive and you're not on
You're
fire
good.
anymore.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll, baby.
You're a hell diver, not a hell stander.
Exactly. This game's really fun. It's like $20. I don't know. It's not that expensive for.
Life
the
is
very
expensive.
much fun that it is.
Life is expensive.
Life is expensive, but it's not $70.
You know what? That's right. It is not
It's not
$70.
Speaking of $70 games, what did you play this month, Faden?
Oh, I played the most hip happening Final Fantasy of all time. I played Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins.
That's not the $70 one.
No.
Thoughts race around my head to my fingernails. They keep coming like a hammer pounding on my brain. Gotta fight it, gotta hold on to my sanity. But there's a rage burning slowly deep inside of me. I'm being swallowed by confusion, lost between the truth and my insatiable delusion. It's just my pride, or is it just a bunch of lies? I don't care, but I just gotta find myself a place to thrive. But I can taste it, the sweet seduction, an appetite for fragrant and it's holding me to ransom. My state of mind is going blind. I'm losing grip of every other truth that I could ever find. I'm searching for a reason. My mind is on a journey, but I'm quickly running out of time. Storm is rising on my horizon. My fate is coming at the speed of light. Don't stay within the dark. When hope fades, don't walk away from the road. Your days bars grip me like the chains of a prison cell.
And my God, what an absolute triumph in the genre of angry men game. So, to set the stage, this is an alternate prequel to the original Final Fantasy game and, quote, Final Fantasy at large. You play as this wonderful man named Jack who wakes up with no memories besides one thing. I need to kill Chaos. I'm going to find him. I'm going to fucking murder him. And he travels with his friends to the Final Fantasy I Kingdom Corneria. And they are supposed to be the Warriors of Light. But there's like a prophecy and whatnot. It's like, hey, there'll be 4 Warriors of Light that'll come by to save the world from chaos, yada yada. It's the exact text at the beginning of the original Final Fantasy. And you go through this process of realizing, oh, Jack doesn't give a shit about any of this. Jack is literally mashing the A button through life. A character will just be like, hey, I bet you're wondering how I knew all of this. Well, it's thanks to my magic. And Jack will just be like, stop. I don't care about any of that. I just need to know where the crystals are.
Mashing the A button through life is a fantastic video game tagline.
I like that.
It's truly amazing. This character doesn't care about the details, has one goal, and is angry and pissed about it. Because life sucks and he's pissed.
It's almost refreshing.
It is actually refreshing. Yeah, this is a Team Ninja game, so like this is the Ninja Gaiden people.
Okay,
This is
yeah,
the
yeah.
Neo people, and worst thing about it is it's a third person like action combat game. I'm going around beating people up, doing combos and shit. But there's a gear system where it's like Destiny style gear, and so you're constantly getting loot that's like one level better than the previous loot that you got. Very annoying. I just hit optimize. Great fashion, though. I had like a Jack wearing a fedora with like a white mage cloak at one point. Just rule. It's just like the weirdest fucking just jackets, belts, very Nomura style designs. Very
Awesome.
very like kind of edgy teenager vibes. Like you punch enemies into blood crystals and they explode and blood goes everywhere. So you're like destroying, absolutely murking Final Fantasy I like mobs and
Okay.
enemies by, I don't know, I'm taking a giant floating eye and punching him through the eye and he turns into crystal and blows up into a shower of blood.
Very ninja.
Very ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very Team Ninja game,
Team
but it's
ninja. Yeah.
it's good. It's short too, which
It's
I
not
love.
over 100 hours
It's not
long.
106 hours, which I put into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And my favorite thing is just being on a stage, casting magic real quick, and then casting Ultima and winning. I just kill bosses in 2 shots with that.
Cool.
It's great. Easy way to play.
The 1-2 magic punch.
I mean, spoilers for the end of the game. It's also in the promotion and literally on the cover. Jack is the main villain of Final Fantasy, the original. This is actually an origin for the bad guy, because he eventually becomes, at the end of the game, evil, quote unquote.
He becomes chaos.
He becomes chaos. It's so
Where's
good.
chaos? Jack, the chaos is you. It's inside you the whole time.
It's inside you the whole time, but here's the other thing. This was your plan. You did it your way. And so thus at the end of the game, there's this amazing needle drop of like the 4 Warriors of Light coming to fight Garland in the original Final Fantasy. They open the door. It's just like this brilliant white background. And then My Way from Frank Sinatra starts playing.
What?
Yes. The main theme to this game is My Way by Frank Sinatra.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. A terrible song, absolutely works, and is the most charitable Final Fantasy theme song I've ever heard for anyone. Because he really does. Jack really does do it his way. There's he has a twink elf goth boyfriend who Aston? Oh man, I forgot his name already.
Ass Town. Nice.
Ass Town. Yeah, Ass Town. And they fist bump?
Twin goth boyfriend.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
They fist bump all the time because they're bros.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fist bumping in the game. Everyone's fist bumping each other. It's amazing.
Nice.
That's like Jack's main move. He says bullshit to a woman and then plays music on his Zune with like his little earbuds in.
What?
Yeah, this one woman has this dialogue like, I have to become chaos to give people hope. And has this long monologue. Also, not really long. The cutscenes are like 5 minutes. And you don't go through towns or anything. It's just levels. It's great. I don't have to do open world bullshit. I don't have to explore. I just go straight down the fucking line and killing people. But this woman explains all this. Jack just says, bullshit, puts headphones in, plays music, in some, like, new metal, like, Linkin Park style, like, Limp Bizkit style music.
I did it all for the nookie.
Then the cutscene, then the scene just has, like, a cut to, like, outside the dungeon. He takes off the headphones and says, "You're wrong. Chaos is a guy and I have to kill him." And that's the end of the scene.
That's incredible.
It's really good. It's really, because I'm just like, he just put headphones in, didn't say shit while they're leaving this big-ass dungeon, gets out and just says, "You're wrong. Chaos is a dude. I know what Final Fantasies are. I'm going to have to fight a guy at some point." That's the ultimate truth. No matter what, every single manifestation of God is a guy, and I got to punch him.
Oh, my God.
It's so good. Best blue mage. He can capture enemy abilities. If you, like, time parry right, you'll just, like, absorb an enemy's ability. It has, like, a purple text, and then you can fire them back.
Cool.
Love it. That's just blue mage stuff in Final Fantasy, and so everyone should recognize Jack Ireland as the best blue mage.
All right.
That's my rift.
Wow.
One of the weirder games I played. Is it time?
I think we need an elevator pitch beforehand, though.
Yeah, but it's time to talk about...
It's time to talk about the game of the month.
Hell yeah. Who's doing the pitch? I don't think I've done a pitch in a minute.
Have you not done a pitch? Let's get a Faden pitch.
Okay.
Let me get out a timer.
Yep.
As you know, around these Club Flashpoint parts, we like to do an elevator pitch to start off the game. That summarizes a 30-second
30 minutes?
30 minutes.
30-second summary of what the idea behind this game is, as though you were pitching it to an executive in between floors on an elevator.
And in this case, George Lucas, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You got to sell this game to George Lucas, CEO of LucasArts. On your Marcus, Getseticus, go.
Help me, Ben. You're my only hope. A line that resonates through media and culture. And thus, you take the role of Benjamin, a biker of the polecats. You have to navigate the treachery of corporate espionage, rival biker gangs, and fascist police on a hover sled that'll shoot at you for virtually no reason. It is a world filled with hell, apocalypse, and increased chances.
Time.
I think I gotta put my lips on that.
I'm not going to put my lips on that.
I'm not putting my lips on that.
Yeah, we played a LucasArts classic, Full Throttle. We needed a short game this month,
Yeah.
and been meaning to do an adventure game.
And we got one in.
We got one
in our
in.
system. A real authentic point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah, I've never really played many before. What's your all's history with this?
I've played actually quite a few, but they're more like Pajama Sam. Or
Ditto.
how about, what's the other one with the fish? There's one with the fish.
Flounder something? Or, I don't even remember.
Same company, same game style.
Yeah.
Point and click for kids.
Yeah, the education ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
I played a lot of those with my siblings. And yeah, that's my experience for the most part.
I never finished a Pajama Sam game. I tried a game called Abduction, which is by some of the people who made Myst, and is kind of a blend of 3D space and point-and-click interaction, and I got lost. The Witness makes my head hurt.
Is The Witness a point and click? It's just a puzzle game.
True, that's just a puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game with a
Point and click
libertarian.
games are puzzle games.
I mean-
that's how I've always played them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like there's a difference
They're
between.
just not very good at being puzzle games.
Well, I think it's a difference between like a narrative puzzle and a mechanical
There you go.
puzzle, where it's like
Yeah.
Right.
you do
The
puzzles
Witness
in
is a
adventure.
mechanical puzzle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like trying to figure out a puzzle box, whereas like
Okay.
Full Throttle is trying to figure out the one solution to progress the story.
I've never played one of the Monkey Islands, and the last game that I remember, like people in my social circle getting really hyped for, that was like a point-and-click adventure game, was Zack and Wiki's Search for Barbados Treasure on the Nintendo Wii.
You know what? We should look at Hobbs Barlow sometime. That's
what's
like
that?
that's a new like kind of horror point-and-click
Ooh,
adventure
scary.
game.
I like
Yeah.
scary.
I hear it's really good.
I feel like Disco Elysium to some degree is a point-and-click adventure game.
It's still super CRPG though.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
the important. It's
Yeah.
You got to play Planescape
You're right.
next
Yeah,
month, maybe?
no, you're
Question
right.
mark.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out when to fit
Planescape.
Planescape in.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're doing Planescape this year for sure.
yeah. I think we need to.
Next month.
That's production talk. That's production talk, but Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
I
By
mean-
LucasArts, lots of fun.
We
I think
did
it
the
was a good time.
remaster version, all of us, right?
All of us played Remaster, which has
What's-
this really cool feature where you can push F1 to switch to the original graphics and audio production at any time, which I thought was really, really cool.
How do y'all? Which one did you all prefer?
I love the hand-drawn art style.
The original?
No. The update.
Okay.
I liked the update.
You freakazoid.
No.
You
I-
absolute sicko.
I like the original because I feel like the all the images have more depth, and the new update animation is very flat, and I don't like the character movements of their mouse in the update. I like it in the original a lot better. I think they're more expressive than the. I don't like. I just
Interesting,
really don't
maybe.
like the animation style for the update.
I
don't
thought the
think it
blend
works.
of hand-drawn 2D with like these 3D superimposed vehicles was really cool. I thought there was a lot of expression and a really silly. It was silly to me whenever the characters would actually open their eyes. That felt like very.
Oh, that's
90s.
that's just good in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like in the originals, like that too. They constantly have their eyes closed, and like when they're expressive, they open them
Yep,
up.
yep. That's a good '90s detail.
I believe in the commentary they were talking about how they wanted to make it kind of almost kids cartoony, but more for teens and adults.
Yeah.
And that is exactly how it feels. Especially with the updated version. Like it feels like a Saturday morning cartoon
Yeah.
that you're pointing and clicking your way through.
Yeah.
The population is greatly decreased.
People are mostly deformed or dead.
Yeah, what's that one?
I
The great
thank the
music,
Lord each day.
Yeah.
for
the great music in the
apocalypse.
game. It's done by the Jackals.
The Gone Jackals.
The Gone Jackals.
Shout
Sorry.
out, they were so good. That opening sequence with the it was so good.
I love every shot lovingly like rendered for the bike, so you just get this like nice look of the pipes.
that
the
Corley
wheel.
motorcycle. It looks so good with 9 million exhaust pipes coming off. Of it.
9 million.
And exhaust pipes coming off of exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
your exhaust needs exhaust.
Yeah,
does,
because
yeah, it does.
you're fucking driving these.
You are
bikes.
driving this motorcycle.
I love the voice acting's great.
10 out of 10.
Every inch of sound in this game
Oh, yeah.
is just wonderful.
I loved helping out Tommy Pickles. That was so much fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Maureen is Tommy
yeah.
Pickles.
Oh, yeah. She's a lot of voices,
She's
actually.
a lot of voices.
That's
for
right.
each other.
I forgot that voice actor. She
lot
does
of
a lot.
Incredible voice talent in this. Yeah.
Fucking Mark Hamill, the
Mark-
goat.
Mark.
Did not recognize him until you said, "Yeah."
Are you
that's-
serious?
I saw him in the.
He's just
intro
doing the
credits,
Joker.
It's his one villain voice.
Yeah,
but it's deeper than the Joker.
it is deeper than
So
the Joker.
I didn't
That's
recognize
true.
it right
That's
away.
true.
Yeah, and this is post Joker, so they got Mark Hamill because also the Lucas connection.
Yeah.
My partner asked, "Wait, is Mark Hamill only in this because George Lucas owned him at this time? Was it a contract thing?"
1995, so
He was just a prolific voice actor.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
it's what his career became at this right around this time is
Yep.
when it really took off.
Yeah, it's like the Batman animated series
Yeah.
just blew that up.
Animaniacs.
Yep.
Wait, he's an Animaniacs.
He was in Animaniacs as a couple of different things, I think.
I was listening to something that was talking about what a wild show Animaniacs is. We're gonna reboot Warner Brothers with characters that are not a part of it and never have any other Warner Brothers characters in it, and it's just gonna be like movie insider talk.
Steven Spielberg show.
Yep, Steven Spielberg show.
Yeah.
This almost has that sort of quality, Full Throttle, like almost Spielbergian, where it's just like, it's really about.
There's references.
Yeah, there's references.
Yeah.
That's the weird part.
Ben, you're my only hope.
Yeah.
Well, that's Star Wars.
But that's a reference.
Yeah.
All the same.
Yeah. Not Spielberg though.
No.
But it's also Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Weird.
The
fucking
freaking
game.
jacket. Ben
Yeah.
looks like Indiana Jones, but
Exactly
hulked
how I
out.
felt.
Hulked
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Boulder-shouldered Indiana Jones.
How would somebody like to give like a quick summary of this story? Like, can anyone provide that? Just
think I could do it.
The major high points.
Yeah? All
Yeah.
right. So we got a motorcycle gang called the Polecats.
The Polecats.
They're minding their own business at their favorite hole-in-the-wall bar.
Oh, and driving on top of limos.
And driving on top of limos, too, to get there. What was in that limo, you ask? Why, it was the CEO's co-incorporated, Alan Ripberger and Aloysius Corley. What was his name?
Sam Corley.
Sam Corley. I think it is just Sam Corley. The two CEOs of Corley
I think
Motors.
it's one CEO. You don't have two CEOs.
CEO and the vice president.
And vice president.
Vice
Okay,
president
yeah.
and vice president. I
CEO
yeah.
Corley
Something
and
like that.
Vice
Something like
President
that.
Ripberger.
Corley loves bikes.
Totally not
Yes.
evil Vice President Ripberger. Corley
Yeah.
loves his motorcycles. They're a motorcycle Harley Davidson stand-in.
Oh yeah.
The last.
The last one of the
domestic
generation.
Yeah, the last domestic motorcycle manufacturer.
Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about the politics in this at some point.
Yes. Yes.
So they're on their way to this big financial stockholder meeting, and Corley sees those bikers run over his limo and says, "We need to get them as security. They'll be a great representative of what our product is. Who
They get
it's
bikes.
for. They get bikes. They understand it. We need to go get them." So they find the hole-in-the-wall bar where the Polecats are stationed. Alan Ripberger tries to get them. Talks to Ben. Ben's like, "I ain't doing that shit.
We're not for hire.
We're not goons for hire.
Why don't you go piss up a log?" No, it's not Duke Nukem. But anyway, Alan Ripberger gets upset, and so hits
Has one of his associates.
has one of his goons hit Ben, and then tells the rest of the Polecats, "Oh, by the way, you're coming with us."
Yeah, Ben went out to scout ahead.
Ben went out to scout ahead. Just follow us. Unconscious Ben wakes up, sees what the fuck is going on, tries to go meet them, and what does he see? He sees Alan Ripberger murder Corley in cold blood. Ben rushes over as he's dying. Corley says, "Hey, you have to find and help my daughter. It's my dying wish. She needs to take over the company." What do? You go meet the daughter. You go meet Maureen, but you don't know it at this point.
Yeah,
can
you already
kinda put it
meet
together.
Maureen. Yeah, like you meet Maureen, you go back, you meet your gang again. Your gang gets all arrested.
They get all held up by the cops. There's this big to-do on the news that Ben murdered Corley,
Corley, yeah.
and now Ben must be sought. It's a big manhunt. So you got to avoid that. A little hijinks later, you find out Maureen's after you because she saw it on the news.
Mm-hmm.
You get to tell her, "No, I'm not actually that. Here's what happened."
In a very erotic quartering scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ben was
you're-
all about that.
And if you're bad at dialogue,
I was bad at dialogue
it
for that
will
one for some
go
reason.
on forever.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to
Oh,
that.
God.
But yeah.
Anyway, you show Maureen the true evidence. You all come together in the end to defeat Alan Ripberger and truly save the day so that Corley motorcycles can still be Corley motorcycles and not Corley minivans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck minivans. Bikes all the way.
This is 1995.
Hell
so,
yeah.
What could be worse than manufacturing going overseas?
Yup.
And
I was just like, oh yeah, NAFTA. That's
the
right.
demasculinization of our society. This is
Yo.
when those fears really started kicking off.
The game like plays in a space where it kind of satirizes it, but also it, I think, truly believes.
There's some level of the
There's some
development
level
that's
of just like the American first, stop making foreign girly cars.
Oh yeah.
That's a little rough in this game. Yeah, NAFTA just hit a few years prior, so there's a lot of right fears that everyone would just start losing jobs overseas.
And I love that the solution to this game's problem of this evil corporate takeover is just to nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism. is the
Nepotism,
answer.
but it's good nepotism. Don't
Right.
worry, this is a good princess.
Right.
This is
She was a biker.
This
She
is
gets
the,
it.
yeah. This is the people's princess. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's really it.
Very
Yeah.
very 90s story in a lot of ways.
Yo.
I feel like this game was like, we're gonna tell a badass story, But you can tell it was a bunch of fucking 90s nerds in the room writing this badass story about badass bikers.
Well, and also they like in the commentary, it's very clear they're like, yeah, we're also trying to be funny with it. Like we're trying to like take the piss out of these bikers too. Wouldn't it be funny if there's these bikers doing weird things?
I don't remember the exact line, but in the end credits, there was one of the story writers commented, "Isn't it weird that my mock male fantasy has become this like 90s fever dream game?"
That is funny. That is funny.
I think one line from this game that I really loved that I think sells that image that this is making fun of bikers to an extent is when he's in the basement looking for that welding torch, and the comment you can choose, like, because there's all this like random art you find in this guy's basement, and one of the comments on like this random stick is, "That would make a good mailbox post. In hell." And it's just the line. I clicked on that mailbox, on that stick like 5 times in a row to hear this big man stand in a basement and say, "That would make a good mailbox post. In hell."
Similarly, on that level,
terrible.
I really liked clicking on the window of the trailer. Bars.
Yeah,
Bars.
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 So many great lines.
I don't collect art.
Yeah.
I'm not putting my lips on that.
I'm not putting my lips on that. I could not resist making him say that over and over.
You got to lick everything. It's the basic point and click.
Is there
commands.
anything in the game you can lick?
Nope.
I think that's the best part about it. You can
There's the one thing you got to do. You got to siphon the gas from.
Oh,
the,
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
You
You
do
gotta
have to
use
put your lips
mouth.
on that.
You do.
Yeah.
I think that's the reward, like the achievement. You do put your lips on that or
Yeah.
something.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, yeah, so it's a point and click game.
It is a point and click game.
where you click on the thing and then you choose
You got to point first before you click.
Yep. And you choose
Thank you.
eyeballs, mouth hole,
Yep.
hand or foot.
I
Yeah.
must admit,
The four ways of interacting with the world.
I have to say something.
Yes.
For 50% of this game, there were only 3 inputs for me. Because I did not hover high enough on the skull to see eyeballs.
Yeah.
So
It
I was
took
like,
me a
oh,
while.
yes, the 3 inputs. You can touch it, you can lick it, you can kick it.
I think I had my motorcycle reassembled before I realized I could look at things. It took me a while.
yeah. I didn't. It didn't take me that long, but because I just accidentally noticed it, was like, oh, the eye's bulged out. Why did they do that?
Yeah.
But right away, I also thought that. It's also not even
I
really
wish.
like. It's like physically fight a thing. Really, is the thing kick a thing?
Yeah,
and then
it's-
lick a thing.
Use your
Yeah.
hand or use your foot is almost always punch or kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the intro, it's just you gotta. The guy won't give you your keys. You gotta fucking shove your fingers down his nose ring and pin him to the bar.
Yeah. Pretty badass sequence.
It is.
You don't see a
I
lot of
don't like
badass
nose
sequences
rings.
after that in physical combat, but
Not really. No.
but that's
The
a cool-
motorcycle fights are cool.
Can we? Yeah, I guess it's another gameplay player. Can we talk
Yeah.
about the old
That's
mining
not a point
road?
and click part.
it's a puzzle. It's you got to use the right weapon
Right.
True.
to knock out the guy, and you got to knock out certain guys to get their weapons before you can knock out the next guy. So,
Just this weird.
but the game doesn't tell you that. Though.
No.
No.
You have to just
It's-
try things.
Yeah, you just have to try things.
Did we use guides?
Yeah.
Yeah. How could you not? Unless you're in the 90s and you want this game to take 20 hours. Like,
Yeah.
like that's I guess that was, to an extent that was replay value. And I want to touch on that for a minute because this genre is a holdover from the old arcade games that were story-based point and click games, those weird John
the
Booth-
dragon one, where
Yes!
the guys go
Dragon
to
Lair.
Dragon
Yes!
Lair, and you have to move the joystick left or right,
And those
and like
games were
the space ones.
artificially made difficult to suck quarters out of
quarters,
kids.
You can't tell you don't know how to win. You just have to try.
And these Moon Logic point and click adventure games hold on to that. We just need to make it hard, and that's how we'll extend the length of this game. Well, we need to make it a series of random click, and there is some logic to the puzzles, I guess.
Some of them.
Do we want to talk about
Let's
that?
talk
or-
about-
First, I want to thank the guide writer Sturman. I used the Game Facts guide written by Sturman. It's probably the one you two found as well because it was the top Google hit for me.
Well,
But,
that and I think we put it in the
yeah, I
production
posted it in
channel,
production chat too,
and
so
I
that-
pinned it.
Thank you, Sturman. Without you, I would not have finished this esoteric logic game.
Thank you, Sturman. Unless you're a milkshake duck, otherwise I don't know them.
What?
Do you two not know what milkshake duck is?
No.
It's like, oh, look, there's a duck drinking a milkshake, and then you find out later the duck is like a Nazi.
Of course.
So it's like a milkshake duck is kind of like colloquialism of, oh yeah, this person's like just like or doing stuff. There's recently this one lady who was doing like a construction under her house, making a big ass tunnel, and she got very popular on TikTok and stuff. And then people found out she is a wild racist and is doing it for like conservative prepper reasons.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's just it's just an online term, milkshake duck.
A milkshake.
Sorry.
Now we all know.
Now we're better for it.
Now you know.
Anyways, yeah, thank
you for guides, because otherwise this is a stupid game.
Very stupid. Oh my gosh.
It's not even a game.
I mean, it's a game.
It's a movie with point and click interruptions.
The world's most frustrating point and click.
Do you want to know they were looking into making a movie with MTV?
Oh, they should have done that instead.
They should have done that, and that would have worked.
After the game came out.
Do you know that Tim Schafer has since apologized for the kick the wall puzzle? He was like, yeah, that was just a brute force moment. We wanted to see if you would find it.
Terrible.
He's literally said sorry for that.
Horrible.
It's a pixel hunt. It's just a pixel hunt.
Yes.
That sucks.
Yes. And I think
that one was okay. I didn't have a problem with that one.
I feel like a lot of this game is just, oh, I can interact with that.
Yeah.
A lot of those, which pixel hunting, that's what that is. And just nonsense. So many things I think there are barely suggested, like the ramp. Getting the ramp to knock the
little the lights, the guiding lights, because what's the vipers? The cavefish.
The cavefish lie on their goggles.
It made no sense. So at one point
they're blind.
You have to disattach an item that you're trying to escape with because you get one tiny half a second hint that it's the only way to remove these very specific guide lights. Horrible puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't forget to pick up each single bunny from the pack of 12 before they all explode.
That one's the worst.
One hop each at a time.
That one's the worst.
That
one.
loose sandy fertilizer that you drive through. Yeah, pick up a handful of that because it's a weapon you can use continuously in motorcycle combat.
Yeah, you don't have to pick it up again after you get one pinch of it.
Unreal.
Yeah, it has a lot of... the first one that really got me was the dog one and the magnets.
Same.
I didn't know I had to put the meat in the car first, and then go all the way up, and then pick up the dog and raise it all the way up.
Because the first opportunity you get to put meat in a pile in the first area, he says, "Well, the dog will just jump in the car, eat the meat, and jump out and eat and get me."
Right.
So why would I put meat in a car after that?
Well,
the game told me not to do it.
Technically, the game told you not to do it in wrecks.
Barf.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing where it's like, oh, right. In the other side, they say cars. On this side, they say they're wrecks.
I'm leaving.
Whatever. Yeah, I know. I'm not defending it, but that's, I think, their reasoning of why it's okay, quote unquote.
The only reason that I got through it, aside from the guide, is that I hung on to this little nugget of knowledge in my mind that it was 1995, and this is largely what video games were if they weren't puzzle platformers or Doom.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I just and that's what I keep coming back to. I'm playing it.
There were 3 games back then, and this was one of them.
From the voice acting,
4
to the genre, to the music, to the story, to the conflict, you could not mistake this game as anything but a '90s game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it works for it. Like aesthetically, I think it's great.
If you have nostalgia for that time.
One thing I picked out.
I don't.
Yeah.
When I was reading up and studying what adventure games were and looking up the music from this game, because there's some good banging music.
There's some great music in this game.
People still talk about this game like it's the 90s. The YouTube comment section of the intro song is just full of one-off quotes from the game, little moments. Or people still talk about it like they're on the forum boards posting about.
It is really funny. It is surprisingly funny for being a 90s game.
Yeah.
I was genuinely shocked a lot of it holds up. None of it felt super gross, which was weird.
That's a good point. The souvenir shop guy
Yeah,
was very funny.
I hated him.
I could stand alone in this hallway and listen to him sell souvenirs to a crowd of people that's not there all day.
The original fucking Rick from Rick and Morty. Just God.
Yeah. sucking down out a can of, what is that when you finally ask him? I don't know. It came with it. I think it's packing material. Drinking packing material.
Packs a punch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, packing material. Packs a punch.
So good.
Yeah, no. And having him fuck around with the cart, like the remote car that you sent over.
No, get back here.
Very good.
Also very good. Oh, I had issues with the Demolition Derby one.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was a weird.
Figuring out that the ramps were ramps.
Did you
first
use?
of all?
Were you clicking? Did you use arrow keys? Because you could use arrow keys for
You
that.
used
and
a
it was
controller,
way
didn't you?
easier.
I used a controller.
Faden used
So
a controller.
here's the interesting thing about a controller too. You could toggle the right stick, and it would go to interactable objects. So I never had to pixel hunt. I just toggled the stick.
Well,
and
you can also
There's a
hold
shift key for that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reboot eliminated pixel hunts, except for that kick puzzle. That was still a pixel hunt.
Yeah.
Unavoidable one.
Unavoidable pixel hunt. Fuck you, Tim Schafer.
But yeah,
But also, I accept your apology.
the derby,
I
the
accept
derby's
your apology.
nonsense. What you have to do in the derby makes no sense until you read a guide.
Yep.
Like I would have driven around on that stupid map forever.
I found the ramps, and I'm like, do I have to? I'm not hitting this ramp to land on the goons. Oh yeah, the goons. Let's talk. Can we talk about the goons? I can't remember their names right now.
I feel like one of them's Saul. I don't know why.
They're incredible names.
Oh no, because
I just can't remember them.
I'm thinking of Sal, one of the bikers, because Sal is voiced by my favorite person in the whole voice acting community, Steve Bloom.
Turn around on him, huh?
I hate him ironically.
Oh, okay.
He's just everywhere. He really is, though.
No, you're right. Sorry, I need to find their names. It's
They
gonna
have
bother me.
cool names. I'm trying to find it too.
Yeah,
but-
so the Rip Burger's flunkies are Bolus and Nestor.
Nestor. Yeah.
Isn't one of them the brain?
The brain from Pinky and the
Yes,
Brain.
yes.
Yes. Yeah, the smarty one or whatever, not the big burly one.
Tall, skinny guy.
Tall, skinny, conniving guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do love them in the car, like scrunched together.
It's good.
It's really good. It's visually just a really enjoyable game to look at.
Yeah.
And this is why I really didn't like the updates, because they changed the tone in a lot of like the old mining road is this like dark, like mysterious like cliff and shit, and it's like nighttime out, and it's like completely dead. Yeah, no,
That would have been way cooler.
It is.
Yeah.
It
See, I
is.
did not press F1 very often.
Oh, I did it for almost every scene, just out of curiosity.
I just think it's so much better in the old version. It just feels like there's more depth, and the flatness really bothers me.
I have a 1080p monitor. I like full screen.
I do. I have full screen.
Yeah, when you switch it, though, it gives you a border.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It borders it back down to like 5:1 aspect.
Oh yeah, I like. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It changes the aspect. I like the 5:1 aspect better.
Okay.
That's what you don't need to stretch it out. It
I
looks
have
stretched.
a 1080p monitor. I want to use all of those pixels. So the update
Cursed.
is 1080p.
So
and
do you
it's
do
really
emulations like this too?
good. Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
I genuinely have
You're
no
a film
preference.
person.
That's different.
It's
I think it is distinctly different.
Folks are mostly disfigured or dead. That's a highlight for me.
that every time the menu opens,
Yeah, I could listen to that song forever.
it's so good. I believe it's like
Thank the Lord each day for chitlins and
chitlin,
skirts.
whiskey
Chitlins
and skirts.
So good.
You know, there's an apocalypse, and thus we're gonna probably hook up. Who else are you gonna hook up with?
They don't really touch on like what happened, but you do see that there's a little bit of technological advancement in this timeline.
I heard in an interview, this is not post-apocalypse.
Nope.
Tim Schafer literally thought of this as near futurism. This
Yep.
is
Oh.
what's about to happen
Yeah.
in our country.
Cool.
It
Right,
was Tim-
because of NAFTA.
yeah.
Because all the jobs are going away, and now there's only one bike manufacturer.
Because Americans were totally blind to the horror of being Americans in the world at this
Yep.
time, and all they could think about was this petty ass shit. Like in the grand scheme of things. But anyway.
I love the police sled.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out the
Bare
puzzle.
bones.
Bare bones, and
Yeah.
they just like open fire at all times, and they're very incompetent about it. They'll never hit you,
So good.
but they're extremely violent and aggressive.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you could hide in the shadows. I had to look that up. How would I ever find that out?
I figured that out by myself, actually,
Oh,
because
hell yeah.
I was clicking around randomly looking for something to do before I clicked on the ladder. I was like, I don't know why. I just didn't think to click on the fucking ladder first. And so I was just clicking around. I'm like, oh, my guy's completely hidden behind this thing. And so, completely by
alarm going
accident.
off.
Yeah, completely by accident when the alarm went off. I was like, oh, hiding place.
You did
But-
a lateral thinking puzzle. You did it. Uncle did the puzzle.
Yeah.
I cannot do lateral thinking puzzles.
I usually can't.
My mind is
an
not
accident.
programmed for it.
It was an accident that I thought of that, honestly, because that's a rarity for me. I usually not good at this kind of thing.
I'm 75% there. I have the 25. I have all the pieces. I always have all the pieces, and I just can't put them together.
I will say this game has turned me on to the concept of lateral puzzles versus the idea is a lateral puzzle uses extrinsic knowledge, such as rubber is stretchy, therefore you could use a rubber hose in between the forks of a tree to make a slingshot. Versus a logical puzzle in a video game.
Not a puzzle in this game, by the way, but yeah.
No, that's an example
It might as
from
well
a
be.
different
Yeah,
point and click
yeah.
game. But a logical puzzle, which is like, oh, these wires in this video game flow current, but they're interrupted. You got to get the current from point A to point B, where all of the information is presented in one place versus
Spread out.
Spread out, yeah. Or something you have to pull from outside of the medium.
Knowing the world.
Knowing the world.
Which I do think
How
it is
to
interesting.
burn through film with a projector.
Right, right.
Yes.
I did figure that all stuff out very easily. That stuff I was like,
I never would have figured out without a guide. I was like, push the lever down, push the lever down. What now? I pushed the levers down. Oh, you can push the levers up.
Push the lever
Okay,
back up.
whatever.
Make it
Yep.
too hot.
Bring
Burn
it
the
too
film.
hot. Yep.
Stupid.
Yeah, that one you have to have specific knowledge of film projectors. Which who has that now?
Yeah.
Who has that now?
No, not anyone I know.
It's one of those things that's it makes you special it makes you feel special when you did figure it out, and otherwise it torments you.
I love.
I don't like being tormented by my games, and I think that's why without a guide, this game is completely unplayable for somebody like me. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to sit and be miserable and try the same thing over and over and over again.
But that's what's great. You got to experience it through a guide, and you got to go through all the funny stuff. I like the film projector lady.
She's
She's
funny,
smoking
a cigarette.
great voice,
And calling the security guard, and it
And
escalates the more you get caught. Or he's
Yeah.
just like, I think she's lonely.
Yeah,
That has to be
she's
it.
trying to put a move on me or something like that. Yeah, really,
She's
that
into
was
me.
pretty cute. Yeah, they are pretty thoughtful about how repetitive they know the game is going to be.
Yeah.
So as you repeat these things, these puzzles over and over again, as you do the same actions trying to figure something out, you usually do hear new dialogue.
Yep.
Over the course of those many reattempts, which is nice.
Yeah. I really hated the vulture mines. Putting all the bunnies down, never figuring out how many bunnies I actually need, and then having a lot of bunnies left over in my inventory in the game.
Yep.
Which you can throw into the truck at the very end.
I did do that.
Yeah.
Into the fan, you
Yeah.
just throw the bunny through the truck and it rips apart because
Aw.
It
I
needs-
thought, I don't know, maybe the bunny
Yeah, you need a cane though, but you need anyway.
you need Rip Burger's cane.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Well,
For the stupid puzzles in a game, you should really just watch
I
somebody
did
else play on YouTube.
I did
It's
really
only about 3 hours long
Yeah.
if you just do everything.
But don't pay for it. Just watch somebody play this game.
I
is
do like-
how I honestly feel about it.
I do like the ending set piece sequence.
That's
just
fun.
as like
Dangling from the truck. It feels big.
it feels
Going through the menus of the truck screen, there's an endless number of different
that it's
settings
so
you
good.
can toy with,
It's-
and they all tell you, I don't work, this doesn't work.
Yeah, why would we be working? It's so,
Yeah.
and then you want to turn the engines on?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, blow up.
Yeah. Yep.
Very good. I love the concept of a plane that's just a car.
Oh, yeah. We didn't say we were going to get flying. We're going to get it rolling.
Yeah.
The Vipers are cool.
The Vipers
Or
are
Vultures.
cool. Vultures.
I want to just say Vipers. I'm just like,
That's
there's
Fallout.
no Vipers in here. Oh, God, that's Fallout.
It's an aircraft that carries motorcycles. It's an It's an aircraft carrier, but it's a carrier that's an aircraft. Yeah, that's what the Vultures drive. Yeah.
It's great.
Cool concept. Great voice. Their leader is.
This is like
I should have looked up their names.
this is filled with so many voice actors that
Recognizable
you
voice
recognize,
actors.
that
Yes.
you know. even if you don't realize it's Mark Hamill. I feel like Mark Hamill's one of the hardest actors to spot in things.
Really? I feel like I instantly know it's him every time I hear
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
I was watching What We Do in the Shadows, and I didn't realize it was...
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, but once someone said that's Mark Hamill,
Ravensworth! Oh,
I instantly... Duh.
Whenever he raises his voice, I know it's him.
That's fair.
That's
That's a good tell.
But that's always with any voice actor.
Oh, and who plays Ben?
Roy Conrad.
Yeah, Roy Conrad.
Great voice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Carries this game.
Absolutely.
Makes all mistakes enjoyable because he has a line about it.
Yep.
And I almost didn't care in the draw and quartering scene where you have endless dialogue options trying to find the exact right words.
And Marine just having a quip back every time.
Yeah, because it's kind of cool to hear him say a million different badass things while he's literally being drawn and quartered by motorcycles. And it almost becomes hilarious. I was laughing really hard by the end of that stupid puzzle trying to figure out what to say to this woman because I've been getting pulled apart for about 5 minutes now by these motorcycles. You're getting, like, literally seeing your limbs almost get pulled out of their sockets.
It's wild.
Before I finally figured out the exact thing to say to her to get her to stop doing
the exact insult.
The exact insult, yeah.
You gotta insult her.
The first choice in the dialogue tree that you're supposed to pick is, I'm gonna call you names.
Yeah.
What? Anyway.
Why shouldn't I quarter you? Because I'll make fun of you.
Yeah.
Good. It makes sense in the logic of the game of what it is too. That's the part, and I never could get fully on board with it.
Yeah.
I could never get there. I was always so close. Should we move on to some questions?
I think maybe.
We're ready.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, let me check my notes for any final thoughts.
Yeah, last thoughts on this game. You want an awesome name in this game?
What?
Father Torque.
Father Torque.
Father
is such
Torque
a badass
rules.
character.
Yes. Although he does give you bad advice, essentially, when he says that the combat is all about timing, when really it's all about the weapon you're using.
And clicking faster than the enemy can.
Yes. Sorry, but yes.
I think that I don't anymore hate point-and-click adventures. After playing this and thinking about it, I used to just loathe the concept. Like, this isn't a video game. Why would I waste my time with this? I could go play Mario. I don't know. Up until this point, my learned experiences of video games has been something far more interactive than a point-and-click adventure. But after finishing this, I did some research on the topic, found all of the subgenres that have since branched out of point-and-click adventures, like visual novels, like escape room games, and even in some cases, some very basic computer RPGs can be considered point-and-click adventure games. And it gave me kind of a new respect for the concept of it all. And I'm more curious now. I, in fact, beat a point-and-click escape room game yesterday, just a short little one called The Room, which is a really cool little puzzle box game. But I think I'm more open to it now, and I want to try more.
I feel the opposite. This game cemented for me that point and clicks are really not for me. It was frustrating in the way that those games are always frustrating for me. They were puzzles that I did not find satisfying. When I looked up the guide answer to something I was stumped on, I thought, well, that's stupid. And
who would have thought in that way?
Whoever would have thought of that? When I finally figured it out by accident, I would have been relieved and glad to be done. As opposed to rewarded for having figured it out. And I appreciate the so much about this game. I think that for me, this game showed me that we've come a long way in games. I agree that this genre is very foundational for so many wonderful games that I do enjoy today. It's just not a game I want to go back to, you know. I like butter, but I don't want to churn my own butter, man. I don't want to go that far back. I will say this: this definitely showed me that Tim Schafer has a wonderful creative mind. This is the first game he fully this was his production. He was like a lead for other games, I think, before the Tentacle. What is it? Day of the Tentacle.
Day of Tentacle. Day of
Tentacle. Day of. Yeah.
Colorized.
But this was his first. This was his project, and this really cemented for me that he
video games
should be.
Art.
Yeah, he should be making kids TV shows or kids animated TV shows and not games, because this is not really a game. This is an interesting cartoon you click through.
Yeah,
it's Malcolm Crawley.
It wasn't. That's the thing, though. It wasn't fun for me. I did not have fun with this. I laughed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This game was not fun to me. That's my final take.
Yeah, you'd rather have watched it than
I
played it.
much rather would have laughed. Would have watched it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we played it. I
am too.
We're being tourists here. This isn't really our jam, and so just learning the ropes, learning the origins.
Yeah. We unwittingly realized this is kind of the year of adventure games.
Kind of.
House of Fata Morgana fits under the umbrella while it's still a visual novel.
It's mostly a
much more
visual
specific.
novel.
But then Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a true adventure title.
Can't believe we're doing Ghost Trick, and I can't believe Ghost Trick's thing is like so well known, and I have no clue what it is.
Me either, yeah.
There's
I'm
like a
excited
thing
to
about
play
it.
Never even
Don't
heard
know.
of it myself. So
It's a DS classic.
Okay. That's why I've never heard of it.
What if we just did the silver case instead?
I don't know that one. Is that Layton, Professor Layton?
No.
Oh.
I think it's just like a murder mystery game. That's all. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out. Ghost Trick sounds like the silver case to me. I group them in the same category, even though that's probably weird and not true.
What about Telltale games?
That they are adventure games. Yep.
I've played a
you know
lot of
what?
Telltale games,
Yeah.
what? And they are very much, they're just the modern
Modern point and click.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't
In
even think
every
about that.
way.
I have played
Yeah.
point and click games. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played the Telltale, like the Walking Dead series.
Did you play Wolf Among Us?
That one's good.
Pretty good.
That one's actually
I
good.
actually really liked that.
Yeah.
Is that what the adventure game has become? Telltale or maybe Life is Strange, kind of?
There's a Star Trek Telltale style game that came out recently too.
Oh, yeah?
And an Expanse one.
Huh.
Yep. So
I definitely think the genre has evolved.
I mean, Hobbs
Yeah.
Barlow, right? That came out, I believe, last year or 2 years ago. That's a modern point and click adventure game. So if we want to get into that, we should look into something like that.
All right.
Or
Just go back and do Myst.
Oh, I guess I did play another one. It was like Gods something, Gods the Day of Gods, or I don't know. Weird space one where death happens a lot.
Huh. Cool.
I'm just the floodgate opened, making me realize, oh, maybe I'm not as much of a tourist as I thought. Is it time for questions?
I think it's time for questions.
The population is greatly decreased, and now the odds are greatly increased that I may someday get a chance to kiss your lips. I thank the Lord each day for the apocalypse. Folks are mostly disfigured or dead.
The first question comes from Jason Wrong. Where does it rank on the classic Lucasfilm / Tim Schafer games?
I don't think I have an authority on this. This is the only one I've ever really played.
Same.
I tried Psychonauts, which I guess is a classic.
Same.
And I think that if I had done more of Psychonauts, I would have liked Psychonauts more.
Different. I tried it, didn't like it, knew I wouldn't have liked anymore.
This game was very funny, though.
Yes! And I thought Psychonauts was kind of funny. Didn't like the game, and I feel the same way about this. This is pretty funny. I did not like it as a game.
Okay. Yeah. This is definitely the best out of the one games that I've finished.
Yep, there you go. Me too. Faden?
I think there is a game that is the best one. 1 second.
Just objectively?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it's a Tim Schafer one. Could just be a Double Fine one.
Well, it's Lucasfilm / Tim Schafer.
Right.
Not Double Fine.
But Tim Schafer is the
Tim
lead
Schafer
head
is,
on.
Well, okay, yeah, but...
Brutal Legend? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I was thinking stacking.
Because that game's not that good.
Stacking?
Yeah, does anyone know stacking?
No.
The, what is it? The, what's the Russian dolls?
Oh, yeah.
What are the names of... Babushka dolls? Or no, that's not it.
They're Russian nesting dolls.
Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah.
So it's a game about Russian nesting dolls, and you have to try to absorb smaller ones to do different powers and stuff. I don't know if that's a Tim Schafer game, but that is my favorite Double Fine game. Stacking rules. Sorry, I played it on PS3. Truly amazing. I love Russian nesting dolls as an aesthetic. They kind of creep me out. Psychonauts 2 would probably be the top. Full Throttle next, and then Psychonauts. That's my history of these games. I haven't played... Well, okay. I mean, I played other Lucasfilms games, but I don't think they count for this question.
Yeah.
Or else
Not in this style.
No. I've never played...
More of the Lucas side of Lucas.
Yeah, I've done more the Lucas.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
Jake, our dear voice actor friend, asks, is Full Throttle a cyberpunk?
I love this question.
I purposely skipped that question.
I know you did.
No.
At
No.
most, it's like...
It's bike punk.
Bike punk. Yeah, biker punk.
The real question from Jake
Diesel
is,
punk.
would you play this through again? Why or why not?
I want to finish doing it with the commentary. The commentary is really cool. I think it's a worthwhile experience, especially knowing the puzzles, to just listen to the commentary.
Now that I
and
know
play
the
through.
solutions, I would do it with commentary.
Yeah.
I want to try and see what the other hidden achievements are. I think that there's some like interesting, silly stuff you could do.
Throw a bunny into the fan.
There's a really good gameplay walkthrough, guide on Steam that shows
okay.
it is literally an interaction by interaction guide.
Oh, wow.
Like use hand on this, then use hand on this, then use hand on this, then look at this, then do this. You get this achievement. You get this achievement.
Very nice.
Yeah, I didn't do it because I didn't want to, but it was because I didn't care enough to get the achievements. But
Yeah.
It's a good guide. It's probably the second thing if you Google guide for Full Throttle.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now we got a series of questions from Buck Mulligan. How does Full Throttle compare to other... I don't know what PNC is.
Point and click.
Oh, adventure games you've played. Other classics from LucasArts. We kind of answered this one throughout our discussion.
I think so. It's the only one I've really...
It's really our first LucasArts one.
I prefer Pajama Sam.
Yeah, that's the takeaway. Pajama Sam and the quest for the bonbons.
Roughly or exactly, how many times did you genuinely laugh over the course of playing this game? Don't include any times you laughed because you sort of felt bad for a game from the 90s that's bound to age imperfectly. And it's just really funny because I don't think it really aged imperfectly. And it made me laugh quite a bit.
I had some good
Dozens.
chuckles.
I didn't enjoy the gameplay. I laughed a lot while playing.
Almost every time I heard, I'm not putting my lips
Yeah.
on that.
Oh yeah.
Very funny.
I laughed a lot. Yeah.
If you have any experience with Brutal Legend, do you see any parts of this game in that and vice versa? The main character design is pretty almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
A lot of the aesthetic, the motorcycle, leather, heavy metal.
Heavy metal,
Yeah.
album art.
Yeah. This is Brutal Legend is the game Tim Schafer would have made with technology that was out when that game came out.
I'd say something similar. Jack Black would have voiced Ben if it came out. If Full Throttle came out at the same time Brutal Legend
Absolutely. Yes.
Most memorable moment.
Most memeable moment.
memeable. Why am I bad at reading these?
I think we all have the answer.
Readings for nerds.
On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm not putting my lips on that.
Yeah.
Easy. Honestly, it would be that or folks are mostly disfigured.
Yeah.
Some general game questions, all from Buck Mulligan.
Yep.
What can you not wait for in the coming gaming year?
It already came. Dragon's Dogma 2, baby. Let's fucking go.
Total War Warhammer 3's next DLC, Thrones of Decay. As mad as I am at CA, as much as I think they've botched this whole year's worth of releases, I can't stop playing Total War. I can't stop playing Warhammer. And the next one is a Nurgle update, and Nurgle is my favorite of the 4 Chaos Gods. So
Ooh, big time.
That's coming out
Nurgle
supposedly it's coming out in my birthday month. So
Ooh.
if they don't delay it again, that's what I'm looking forward to right now, and I'm ashamed of that.
I am really excited for Level 5's follow-up to Fantasy Life on the DS. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Stole Time, comes out this October on the Nintendo Switch.
That's a fucking sick title.
Isn't that a
The
good
Girl
title?
Who Stole Time
Girl
is
Who
a
Stole Time.
great subtitle. Like, my God. I just realized I have an actual answer. Dungeonborn.
Oh, yeah, and Dungeonborn. That should come out this year. I hope.
I hope.
What's been a game from your past that has recently been on your mind?
Is it cheesy to say KOTOR?
I don't think so.
Or Final Fantasy VII Original. My past last year.
For me, it's Golden Sun. It came to the Switch Online Game Boy Advance, and I've been replaying it, and it's really nostalgic.
Yeah, KOTOR 2. KOTOR 2 has been on my mind.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah, it's KOTOR 2 specifically has been on my mind.
Yeah. And I guess...
Pajama Sam.
No, yeah, that too, but past Total War games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, hinted at, this last year has not been great for Creative Assembly. And I've been thinking a lot about what their games used to be.
Yeah.
This one's a great one. A comfort food gaming recommendation. Comfort food gaming.
It's like comfort gaming?
Yeah, something that just makes you feel good, something that makes you feel fulfilled. You got a nice full belly.
This
of
War of
game.
Mine. No, that's not my comfort food. Great game.
Yeah, a game's got vibes.
That game's depressing.
I would say Stardew Valley.
You know what? Especially new update for PC came out.
Came out, yep.
Yep, that's a great one. I've been doing that. We're having arguments about finances with my partner in the game. I keep
Shared
apparently
bank is the way.
spending the money.
Amazing. Total War. But I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. I'm not an organized person. I am not a person who ever feels in control of anything, ever, especially myself. And I get to control and dominate the whole world. And control lots of little guys who run around and fight each other. And there's monsters and dragons. And you can indulge your imagination and really take your time with the role-playing side. If you want to role-play as a world-dominating commander, you can really play into it, especially with Warhammer, if you like Warhammer. So
Yeah,
for
you
me,
can role play.
it's all the things I want, can't have, don't have, and it's nice.
Oh wait, can I say my comfort food game is Scum and Villainy?
Yeah, that's a good one. Tabletop game, though. Not a video game.
That's fair. My actual one, the one I've been doing, is Phantom Brigade. I've been getting back into that, and
Nice.
I just find the game nice and enjoyable and bite-sized. You can just do an encounter and call it good for the night.
Yeah.
I love mechs.
Last one. It's an election year.
Oh, God.
What games represent the candidates on the ballots this November? And my answer would be Helldivers 2.
Well, I think we have to have a game for each candidate.
Oh, but
So which one
not
is
just
the
American
Trump?
imperialism.
Right.
Helldivers 2 and
Well-
Venture Capitalist.
Wait, which one is which?
Helldivers 2 is Biden and Venture Capitalist is Trump.
You know what? That makes sense.
I think all the way around, actually. I think Helldivers 2 is Trump.
Yeah.
Because it's overt, open, in-your-face, Project
Fascism.
2025 fascism.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And hell yeah, it's fascism, and you like it. That's that angle.
That's what you're here
and
for.
venture capitalism is the same horror, the same monster behind the horror, but this is good though.
It's a friendly, silly.
You want to do.
You don't have to
want
put
to
too much
do
work
this.
into it. It's
just
a fun game.
Yeah,
It's just
you
Uncle
can-
Joe.
Yeah,
Numbers go up.
We just need better business opportunities.
We just need the good CEO, Maureen, to take over to make better
Exactly.
fights.
Fucking exactly.
Malcolm is a good CEO. Rip Burger just wants minivans, which is evil.
Yes.
Evil and Japanese is basically the vibe of this fucking Full Throttle sometimes. So, like, I hate this shit. This shit's gross. But what?
From Suzor.
No, I haven't answered that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't answered.
That's true. I thought you just agreed with me because I was objectively right, but I'm sorry.
Oh. Let's see if I can make it modern. Oh, yes. So Joe Biden is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. A promise of a new adventure that is actually ultimately the same shit, different day.
Okay.
And Trump is... God. Is Nintendogs the right one? What? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But maybe. There's like a pup play aspect to his followers.
That's where you were going with that.
No.
Helldivers 2.
I mean, it might be. Is it two British boys lads kissing? The Robert Yang game?
Honestly, to some degree, Trump feels like, both candidates to me feel like EA Sports candidates.
Yeah.
Because it's the same fucking thing again.
It's in the game.
Yeah,
Joe Biden's mad
And
and Trump is 2K.
yeah. That's
Basketball.
that's my answer. That's my real answer, is they're both just fucking EA Sports games. It's the same fucking thing again.
PGA,
And it's horror.
2007.
And you're buying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Last question
Suzor.
comes in from Suzor. What parts of Full Throttle drew you to it? I mean, short, bikers, and should be funny.
Yeah, short.
Yeah,
And-
short is the main one. We
Definitely.
switched around months because we couldn't fit Planescape Torment in this month.
No, that's a long game. But
Lots of
anyway,
reading.
I think the shortness and also the fact that it's like a Tim Schafer Double Fine LucasArts classic
It's a legend.
that I've heard about.
Yep.
I wanted to experience it, and I do think it lived up to every expectation. I
Yeah.
had,
Did it? Yeah, Fallout.
which
did it
was
live
I
up to
wasn't going to really
expectations?
enjoy most of the gameplay mechanics, but I think the story was going to be really fun, and that's exactly what happened. I did not enjoy.
It
most
kind
of
of
the gameplay
exceeded them for me
mechanics,
because
and the story was great.
I just really love the art style.
Yeah,
The art style is really
was
yeah.
Well,
banging.
no, hold on. The art style you guys like is the wrong one.
It just sounds so good.
It sounds so good.
Very,
The
very good audio.
soundscape.
Everything.
I love the crickets, the owls,
Yeah.
like all the nature noises is really, really good. It feels, there are some parts where my animals would react because the noises were just very animalistic and it just sounded like nature.
The stadium sounds very
Stadium sound.
chaotic and cacophonistic.
Another thing that my dogs react to was the scene in Twin Peaks where Bobby and Sam are barking like dogs at James.
Yeah.
And they were freaking the fuck out when that happened.
Freaking Twin Peaks. Glad you're watching it.
That's so good. Oh, cool. Maybe we could have Twin Peak talks or something at some point.
Yeah. I love it. I hate it. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Love.
That seems like the vibe.
Yeah.
But
Outro time.
that does it for us this month.
Goodbye.
Does anyone have anything they would like to promote?
I want to shout out the one who asked some of our questions, Jason Wrong. You can find him on Twitch. He's actually a really talented visual artist. Does a little bit of 3D animation, does
Ooh.
some commission-based artwork. You can just support him by watching on his Twitch page, which is Jason_Wrong, WRONG. He's a cool dude, really creative guy. Go check it out.
Weird, but I'm gonna promote being, especially after all the disparaging things we just said about this election cycle. Please invest in your local public education school board elections. They're coming up this fall. Candidates are going to start making their campaigns and putting out their literature, which will probably just be a brochure or a Facebook page.
Yeah.
But look into it. Even if you don't have kids, if you have an opportunity to vote for a school board election this coming fall, get invested, learn what the candidates want to do with our public education system, which
because
benefits
there are a lot of
That's big.
which benefits everyone, by the way. Even if you don't have kids, everyone benefits from public education. Society is better off when we have high-quality public education for all. And there are a lot of people who have very interesting ideas about what public education should and should not
Well, it
be.
just means no gay books in the library.
That's what we're saying, people. And Project 2025, look into that. It's scary,
Yep.
and it has a lot to do with what I'm talking about right now. So look into your local elections. Even if you say fuck the president, fuck that election, look into the local stuff because it's going to affect kids.
Yep.
And that's something you should always care about.
Yep. Gotta protect the children, fucking literally, actually.
Yeah. Actually protect the children by educating them and empowering them.
Empowering them so they
Absolutely.
can protect themselves.
Bingo.
You can follow me on Twitter. I got nothing significant to say. Just if you want to ask questions and stuff.
Sometimes you stream on Twitch.
I sometimes stream on Twitch.
More often lately.
I mean, whenever I have a PlayStation game running, I just say, why not stream? I'm not going to interact with anything or say anything. Don't expect me to talk to you.
No.
You can just watch what I'm playing.
Something fun to watch, friends.
Something fun to watch me struggle and then pause for very long times as I take care of house chores and dogs.
Sometimes I'm there in chat.
Hooray for absent parasocial relationships.
Oh, it's so good. What are we playing next month?
Next month, we got a jump started on it already. It's the all-time CRPG from Black Isle Studio. Is it?
Yeah.
Isles? It is.
Fallout.
Yeah. Wait, what?
They're the Fallout people.
They are the Fallout
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I got that
The
right.
original Fallout people.
Oh, cool. Black Isle Studios Planescape Torment.
Yeah, we said it last month that it was going to be this month, but this time for real.
Psych.
Lucky you, listeners. You get a more complete gaming experience from your podcasters.
Yes.
Big game. A lot of reading.
Big game.
Very, man, it's so funny playing it and
Very
then being like,
fascinating game.
oh, yeah, okay, Disco Elysium took all of this. Got it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Not took it, but
Borrowed. Yeah.
borrowed.
Anyway, you'll hear more about it next month.
Yes.
Say goodbye, Faden.
Goodbye, Faden.
Say goodbye, Uncle.
Goodbye, Faden.
Goodbye, Faden.
See you next month.